Millions of years ago, our ancestors lived in dense forests. Life was simple, but incredibly dangerous. Every day was a battle to find food while avoiding predators. Intelligence at this stage wasn't about solving mathematical equations or building machines. It was about remembering where fruit grew, recognizing dangerous animals, and making quick decisions that meant the difference between life and death. Then the world began to change. Earth's climate shifted. Vast forests slowly disappeared, replaced by open grasslands and savannas. Suddenly, living in trees was no longer enough. Our ancestors had to adapt to survive in a completely different environment. One of the biggest changes was learning to walk upright. Standing on two legs may seem ordinary today, but it completely changed human history. Walking upright allowed our ancestors to see over tall grass and spot danger from farther away. It also used less energy over long distances, making travel more efficient. But perhaps the greatest advantage was something we often take for granted. Our hands became free. Instead of using them for walking, our ancestors could now carry food, protect their families, gather resources, and eventually create tools. Those first tools were incredibly simple: a sharpened stone, a broken branch, a rock used as a hammer. Yet these primitive inventions represented something extraordinary. For the first time, humans weren't simply adapting to nature, they were changing it. Every improved tool made survival a little easier. Every successful technique could be taught to someone else. Unlike instinct, knowledge could now be passed from one generation to the next. Each generation started where the previous one had left off. That simple idea became one of humanity's greatest superpowers. Then came another discovery that changed everything: fire. At first, fire was probably frightening. Wildfires were dangerous and unpredictable. But eventually, humans learned not only how to control fire, but how to create it. Fire transformed life in countless ways. It provided warmth during freezing nights. It frightened away predators. It extended the hours people could remain active after sunset. Most importantly, it changed food forever. Cooking breaks down food before we eat it, making it easier for our bodies to digest and absorb nutrients. That meant our ancestors gained more energy from the same meal. Scientists believe this extra energy helped support the growth of our large, energy-hungry brains. As brains grew larger, something else began to flourish: communication.
Hello and greetings. It's
Early
wonderful
humans
to
already
connect with
used
you all.
sounds and gestures.
Let's share and
But over
listen as we
thousands of
explore
years,
these
these
ideas
gradually
together.
evolved into language.
Check that out.
Language is one of the most powerful
there.
technologies humans have ever
Yeah,
invented.
looks good.
It allowed people to describe the past, plan for the future, explain ideas, teach children, and coordinate with one another. Instead of learning only through experience, humans could learn from the experiences of others. Imagine never having to discover fire yourself, because someone simply teaches you. That's exactly what language made possible. Knowledge could now survive long after its creator was gone. As communities became better at sharing ideas, they also became better at working together. Groups hunted more efficiently. Families cared for one another. Communities solved increasingly complex problems. This cooperation became one of humanity's greatest strengths. Around 12,000 years ago, another revolution began. Agriculture. Instead of constantly moving in search of food, humans learned how to grow crops and domesticate animals. For the first time, people could settle in one place. Villages appeared, then towns, then cities. A stable food supply meant not everyone had to hunt or farm anymore. Some people became builders. Others became artists. Some became traders. Others became inventors. Civilization was born. As societies became larger, memory alone was no longer enough. People needed a way to record information. This led to one of the greatest inventions in history: writing. Writing allowed laws, stories, discoveries, and ideas to survive for centuries. A scientist no longer had to start from the beginning. They could build upon the work of those who came before. This created a chain of knowledge stretching across generations. Mathematics soon followed. Numbers made it possible to measure land, predict seasons, build enormous structures, and eventually understand the movements of planets and stars. Human curiosity kept growing. People asked bigger questions. Why do seasons change? What are stars made of? How does the human body work? Every answer created new questions. This endless cycle became science. Centuries later, the printing press accelerated knowledge like never before. Books that once took months to copy by hand could now be produced much faster. Ideas spread across countries instead of remaining locked away. Education expanded. Innovation accelerated. Then came the Industrial Revolution. Machines began performing work that once required enormous human effort. Factories increased production. Railroads connected distant cities. Electricity illuminated entire nations. Medicine improved. Life expectancy increased. Human progress accelerated faster than ever before. Then, during the 20th century, humanity created another revolutionary invention. The computer. Computers could perform calculations in seconds that would have taken humans days, months, or even years. Soon after came the internet. For the first time in history, billions of people could instantly share ideas across the globe. Knowledge became available almost anywhere with a single connection. Today, we are witnessing yet another extraordinary chapter. Artificial intelligence. Unlike traditional computers that simply follow instructions, AI can recognize patterns, learn from data, generate ideas, and assist humans in solving incredibly complex problems. Doctors use AI to help detect diseases earlier. Scientists use it to analyze enormous amounts of research. Engineers design better technologies with its assistance. Artists and creators use AI to explore entirely new forms of creativity. But despite these incredible advances, there remains something uniquely human. Curiosity. Machines can process information. Humans ask why. Every great discovery, from fire to flight to space exploration, began because someone refused to stop asking questions. Today, your brain contains roughly 86 billion neurons connected by trillions of synapses. Every time you learn a new skill, solve a problem, or understand a new idea, those connections become stronger. Your brain is constantly changing. Learning literally reshapes it. And perhaps the most amazing part of this story is that evolution isn't over. It has simply changed. Biological evolution now works alongside cultural and technological evolution. Instead of waiting thousands of generations for change, humanity can transform itself through education, science, and innovation within a single lifetime. The next breakthrough could come from quantum computing, fusion energy, a cure for diseases we still cannot treat, permanent cities on Mars, or discoveries we haven't even imagined yet. The future isn't predetermined. It's built by curious people willing to ask difficult questions and search for better answers. The story of human intelligence is not just the story of our ancestors. It's your story. Every book you read, every skill you practice, every question you ask, every idea you share, becomes another small step in humanity's endless journey of learning. From a single sharpened stone, to artificial intelligence, to whatever comes next, the greatest tool humans have ever possessed has never been fire, machines, or computers. It has always been the mind. So stay curious. Keep learning. Keep exploring. Because somewhere out there, the next great discovery is waiting for someone brave enough to ask, what if?